feel like I'm already there. I mean, retirement needs to be there soon. Look at this. What the hell is happening here on these charts? I mean, how did I mess it up so much? Can I just go for the good old one? Yeah, this is a good old one. That's the one we need. And then we'll take the crazy chart here as the second one, and this one is also a crazy chart. So yeah, we'll just stay with one crazy chart and one like the good old ones, right? I am checking once. But retirement needs to be there really soon. I agree. Yeah, indeed. Well, we're trying, right? I just posted it in my channel. What did I say? The journey of 1,000 miles, but instead of miles, just let's say 1,000 times 1,000 euros begins with a single step. I wrote some things on my note. I see some more people joined. Hey guys, hello. Good to see you all. I was saying before, sorry that I didn't stream a lot, but I think the time wasn't right to stream. And I wasn't that active in trading because the market wasn't really so interesting at the time. So I think we're slowly making a bit of a change to how the markets look. And I'll try to explain a bit why I think this. Just a bit more like really a proper idea of why the market moves these ways, because we've seen quite an impulse on BTC lately from that low, and I think we should talk about why, because most of the people just say, oh, it's random, it goes up and down and this and that, and it's true, it just goes up and down, but there is a bit more involved than just betting for up or down. I think we should be thinking about how and why it happens. And I think most of the impulse started with the non-farm roll report and the other fundamental reports we had, which are actually indicating that the economy is slowing down. Wait, am I recording? Because I want to share it with my brother too. Yes, I am. So the economy is cooling down, and what does that mean, and why do you want to have the economy cooling down? So currently we're in, you all know it, the Fed has been pushing the rates up a lot, as the central bank, the European Central Bank, has been doing, and the reason why they do this is actually to slow down the economy, because the economy is too strong, and if the economy is too strong, you get inflation, and if you get inflation, your money becomes worth less. So if it's a bit like it's a strange limbo actually. So if your economy is doing very, very well, your money, you will create inflation, and there is like a mechanism in place. The central banks, they control the mechanism that makes the interest rates go up, the short term and the long term. We can ever did. Yeah, no worries, bro. So if the short term, there's a difference in short term and long term interest rates, right? So for example, my apartment, it's a long term loan I have, and my interest rate doubled. So that's not so good for me, meaning we are slowing down the economy. And why are you doing it? Because people cannot spend that much money then. People don't have that much money piled up in a bank account anymore. People are more trying to pile up a little bit of money in a bank account. And if you have a very strong economy, people are spending a lot. So if you want to raise interest rates, then people will be spending a lot less. So spending a lot less will mean that companies will make less money. Hence, the stock valuation of a lot of companies would normally go down. But recently we've seen that the S&P is making highs, all these AI hype is going crazy, but I think you should try to filter out those AI stuff and the other stuff and look at the broader perspective, not only the few big guys that are really, really going and doing well. If you look at what's actually going on, that is actually that there's less jobs. Less jobs means companies are selling less, people are consuming less. If you're consuming less, your economy isn't that strong anymore. So you're prone to having companies fail. If companies start to fail, then we will see the inverse of what was happening right now. Right now, we've seen the interest rates go up, and the Fed is pushing it up. The Fed is pushing it up, so it costs more to loan money. So meaning, people are not so easily investing, and investing means economy is booming. People are not buying a lot. What have I turned into? tuned into? Yeah, I'm just looking. Sorry, Casper. Just trying to give a bigger picture. Anyway, to keep it short, because I don't want to mess too much of your time. Important thing is that I think we're at a tipping point. And yeah, if you guys don't want to hear it, it's okay. I'll make it short. We're at the tipping point, and at this tipping point, why do I think we are at the tipping point? Because we still haven't seen a rate cut. We will have a rate cut in 2024, so we're closer. Jerome said it himself. We are getting closer and closer and closer to a rate cut, but we're not there yet. But you cannot keep on delaying it, right? Last year, everybody was pretty happy with, and the stock market got up a lot in the last month of the year, as did Bitcoin, as did every risk asset. Not, for example, gold and silver, and those they didn't go up. They are not really risk assets. So that's where we will look at next to take on if we are still not seeing an economy that lives up again. So what will happen? I think we will see a rate cut very soon. It might be in Europe, it might be in the USA. It doesn't really matter. If we see one in one of both region of the world, one of the two big currencies, we will see a very happy, euphoric investor weather. You will see that what will happen is, yeah, it is true, it is the best asset to beat inflation, but it's not the best asset to have, to be honest. If you want to buy some silver. I mean, I've been buying silver for a long time. Silver will boom. All the metals will boom a lot in the coming months, coming years. I think we're going away from a cycle in which stock markets will make highs, and we're probably going into a cycle in which the assets like gold, silver, palladium, radium, all these special assets, these with real scarcity, they will probably go into a cycle, into a very nice cycle, and it has already been 20 years or something before that they weren't really interesting to invest in. So I think we'll shift away a little bit of stocks, but that's a little bit decides what I was trying to say. So what I was trying to say is, we will see interest cuts very soon. Very soon means between this and a few months, between this and the end of the year. It might be in Europe, it might be the Fed doing it. But if it happens, what that means is that money becomes cheaper to borrow again. And if money becomes cheaper to borrow, that means that the money market, that there's more money in the markets. And what will happen is probably more money will be created, and so people will find new jobs again. Companies will likely get more orders in. For example, if you are a company that builds boats or builds trains or whatever, you likely don't have that much orders coming in now. They probably have a backlog of orders which we'll have to complete still. But at this time, everything is slowing down a lot, and you can see that with the NFP, the non-farm pay. So that's like all the jobs in the USA without certain categories left out because they are like seasonal, so you cannot really make it the benchmark. Like if you grow grapes and you say, yeah, in August I have 10,000 jobs, but in December I have 0. Yeah, it's not really something you can use to measure where we are going, right? So if you think of that, we're actually instantly thinking of, so if the money is cheaper, what happens then? So it is pretty obvious, right? So if money is cheaper, people will start to loan and will start to invest and will start to make everything boom again. So then probably we will create more inflation again. And how will they battle it? With printing more money at that time. So you see what's happening. So the economy will live up, money will be printed, inflation will be down, and then after, I don't know, 5 years or maybe less, they'll have to control it again, and they probably add a little bit to the rate, because again, it will be a game. But right now, we're really high, and so risk assets like Bitcoin, stocks, bonds, all of these are not really, for us, they're not really risky because we are used to crypto risk. But for real, yeah, we are also real investors, but for big investors, real funds like pension saving funds and all these things, they probably they don't go that fast. First of all, they need to react and they need to see what happens, but they are not allowed to sell every day. So they need to report on what they did every X time, and they're not allowed to sell all the time. They cannot scalp, they cannot swing, they cannot do all those things. They need to invest and wait, and then they can exit, plan an exit. So what's likely going to happen, which I think we are probably seeing now, is that we're in the early stages of an economy which will have like a currency like the dollar or the euro. They will start to cut the high interest rates to make it more interesting to do things because the economy is slowing down too much. For example, I lost my job. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people are losing their jobs. I think we're nearing a period in which people will start to default. So defaulting means that you cannot pay your loan. So then you will be kicked out of your house. You will lose your investment. All those things. So what happens if you want to combat that? You need to make the money cheaper. If the money is cheaper, it might be indeed the case. But I thought you were importing cocaine. So yes, I guess indeed there is a lot of a lot of work there. Anyways, it's just a logical thing that will happen. We will see money flow back into these markets, which we haven't seen in the last few weeks and months and whatever. Bitcoin, of course, did like a bit of a strange thing because there was a lot of hype on the ETFs, and a lot has been bought up. So besides that, the rest of the stock market and besides those Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla, the rest isn't doing that great, right? So we're not, yeah. It's very arguable to Antwerp. Yeah, that's where I live. I know, but there is a logical thing will happen, and people will start to invest again, and it will not be that long anymore. And as you guys already know, we need to accumulate spot, and when the time is right, we'll start to swing again or scalp again our coins, like we did. For example, I remember very well. I've bought Link somewhere at 7, and I had this beautiful run up. And in this beautiful run up, we and the guys here in the group have been sharing so many trades. I remember times that I had more than 20 positions a day, but we're not just there yet. We're not at the time that we need to have 20 positions a day. But what you can also see is that we're nearing the pivot here. We're nearing a nice. Where is my 200 EMA? Of course it's not here yet. Yeah, it's too short. Can we not take another link chart? Like Kraken, for example. Yeah, this is a lot longer. So we're nearing a zone in which we had strong impulse, continuation, hype. And here we have that pullback. And we've seen on BTC it's like 20% pullback. No, I will just gonna have a look at it. How much percent is it? It is, yeah, what the hell is this one here? It is a pullback which is pretty decent, huh? Like 23% pullback. But it's, if you compare to different bull markets, like here, for example, in 2020, this pullback was a lot bigger. It was 55%. So I don't think we'll see a 55% pullback this time. And to be honest, I think we are at the level. I think this is a very strong level. I've put an alert here. We can just remove it because it's probably never gonna get hit. But this is quite a level that you should be really aware of. Not only that, I mean, historically, there's been a lot of orders here, and what the price does of an asset when it reaches a certain historic level, it always interacts with it. So if we see that we have the pump, we have the pullback, and the logical next step is that either we consolidate a little bit here, we lose a little bit of BTC dominancy, and then we might see Ethereum, we might see alt run. I don't think we'll see the big alt runs on all alts as we did in 2021. Back then there weren't so many backholders, but here a lot of backholders were created, and here too. So most alts will have a lot more difficult time to create these very, very big highs. Yeah, but that is fundamentally a lot better than most. But that also has a lot of backholders. But besides that, let's look at some other coins. We have Ethereum doing exactly the same. This impulse, we're at these historical levels. You need to really take a look at it. You really take care. But yeah, we were looking for spot, right? Looking at these kind of stuff, like Link here, it's just ridiculously clean, right? You have this pretty move. You reclaim those EMAs on the weekly. This is not the 4 hour or the 1 hour or the whatever chart. This is the weekly chart. So that means every candle you see here is a week. So you're talking about years here if you look at this. So this is a big pullback for an asset like Link. We're trying to. It's very clear. The pivot here is acting very strong, and the weekly pivot means this is actually the yearly pivot. So it is quite a big level. If we would start losing this, then we might visit a bit lower, but I don't think we'll do that. So I've been buying Link 2 on spots quite a lot lately, and I might buy a lot more at these prices. Okay, yeah, I should have bought more here, but back then I didn't have that much money. So now, yeah, I did have some money, but then I already invested it back then. And then I earned a bit on the way up. And there's a lot more money lying around now, so buying Link is really a good idea, I think, spot. And why? Because Link is the only. So there's like a real world asset hype, right? Everybody knows this will be the big thing together with AI in the crypto bull run. Everybody is aware of it. But is there, tell me one asset that really does something in that space and not just sell hot air? Tell me one. There's only one, and it's Link. That's the only one. Ondo, Ondo is a lot of hype. Well, I don't. You can buy Ondo for sure, but I don't believe it will be the big winner. I think the big winner will be Link. Link is probably the only one which will have real stuff happening. Give me a second. I'm opening a quack here. Okay, nice. But we're going next to what we were looking at. So, you know, I'm long already on BTC, and we're at a very crucial level. We'll go a little bit into depth here of these chart. So what have we seen? We've seen. We'll just go back to a little bit. Not so far back because it's only 4 hours, but we see a high, a lower, a higher, a lower. Yeah, it's not really a low. Let's say here we do some strange stuff. Another time a lower high, another time a lower low. You have the previous high, because this is the move down, which is interesting. Link, I don't necessarily have very strong targets. Timo, I tried to explain last time what I think is important and what my exit strategy would be. So I'll go over it again in a few minutes. But yeah. Anyways, we are talking here about lower low, right? And then we suddenly make a move up and we break these levels. And I think we are seeing a break of the structure on the a little bit higher time frame. So this downward structure, I think we're going to try to break it. If we get above this pivot and we do this, then we really broke that level. If we go to the 4 hour, yeah, I'm always in very early, so I don't really see that. You bring beer today. I just opened the Quack for 420, and I rolled myself one too, so I'd have to still light it. So. Anyways, These levels, low, new high, low, next up, new high. So for the scalp, I am pretty certain we can see the R3 level again. 60 levels great by Marty. Yes, 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 yes. Hence me being in a position. I'm going to copy paste my positions from right from that, so I can see which I'm in. I didn't look at it that much, to be honest. So these are my current positions. Adam, I'm going to open back the chat. No, I don't mean like that. And so we have. Sorry, yeah, I didn't plan on showing all of that. So we have AVAX, we have BTC, we have Ethereum, we have FET, Link, and DOG. I think the FET is probably from Guru. I think the link is from somebody in the chat here. And DOG, I actually longed it this morning or yesterday, or I don't really know anymore, but I posted it in here, and most of my favorite coins are actually doing the same thing. Okay, yeah, DOG, Pepe, Miro, whatever, meme will pump a lot, and they will pump a lot in this cycle, and you should already be buying a lot. But next to that, you need to buy them on spot, by the way. That's the best thing to do. Next up is we make a new high on the lower time frame. What's likely going to happen is that afterwards we create a new low somewhere here, and if we don't break these levels, then I think we're in for a pretty nice run. Not saying it will last months, but at least we need to get again these levels here, because there's still a lot of orders resting. So we will probably see something like this, and then it will be a crucial moment in which we cannot know right now. So if you have longs open, keep them open. Don't be a pussy now. People will start longing once they see the confirmation. Like if you see this like a trend line here, people will start longing this, and then it will form like a range, and you'll see the halfway here. If it breaks that half, the 50% range, it probably breaks down a bit, and then people will start longing here. We are already in earlier. The matter of fact is that we are in very early, but I think we sniped some bottoms, and we are going for liquidity here. Liquidity here is taken. It's all taken. I mean, this one is it really. All the orders are swept. The lows are gone. There is no order sitting here anymore now. So the next logical step is that price moves up. And I don't have the heat maps here, but you can look at the heat maps. Yeah, because then you see your cash, and that's what they like. But you can use the heat maps, high block heat maps. Make sure to you don't have to base everything on it, but put it somewhere in your weekly or whatever rotation, whenever you want to look at it. But I think it's important to keep in mind, and the next step is these highs, taking these highs. It isn't really interesting. I don't think the price can get to 51 or 46. It will probably go there again, but I don't think it will be now. So there's a lot more interesting monies here to be made. Here, anyways. Let's have a look in the chat. In 10 days deadline, I think if it goes there. Yeah. Chances are big that Ethereum ETF will be accepted. I'm not saying it will be in 10 days, but this year we will see an Ethereum ETF in the United States. I think in Europe we already have a lot of ETFs, crypto ETFs. But we'll see a lot of them very soon. And I hope a Polkadot ETF comes along too. Yes, I'm. Oh yeah, you're not here. Yes. Okay, so we don't need to make sure we are not getting sidetracked by 420. Interesting. I'm gonna show you something. There is like looks algo. It's a paid indicator, but I have a few. No worries, buddy. I have a few. There's a few free ones. Take a screenshot of it and put them on a chart just to try around. It's easy to find where the liquidity is resting. It's easy to see certain ranges where you need to sell, where you need to buy. It's pretty amazing, these indicators. So keep them or take a screenshot and experiment with it. I don't say you need to change your way of trading, but just have a look at it. They're interesting. So getting back here, Bitcoin. If we stay above this pivot, we're above the EMAs. We need to cross the 200 EMA band. Yeah, we're golden, guys. It's time to go. I think we've seen the bottom. I think the liquidity is gone. The money for what drives the markets? What drives the market in these ranges? These kind of smaller time frame moves, right? What drives it? It's like market makers. It's a bit fake, but exchanges, for example. Think of BitMEX. BitMEX is one of the first future exchanges I traded on 2016, I guess. And what what the real goal is of these exchanges is to make money. And how do they make money? By getting your stops hit, because then they buy at a lot of either discount, or whenever they hit a stop of somebody, they make money by buying these and selling them again, but they buy them on a lot better prices. So are you already funded again? No, but this is just the first start again, right? If we are really truly making this move here to 75k, then I'll be funded in no time, and I hope a lot of you. Anyways, we're sidetracking again. He is always funded. no, I lost all my funded accounts. I lost my 10k funded account, my 25k funded account, my 50k funded account, and my 100k funded account. Yeah, it's been a hard few weeks. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'm already past that. It's with ups and downs like everything, right? It matters. Yeah, it's not. It's only funded account, so it's not real money. It is real money. It's only opportunity which you're losing. But the opportunity is there because I made it happen a few times, so I can do it again. We will look BTC. You know what the idea is, right? We might do these things, but we're not going to go for these lows again. So I'm going to stay in my longs. If I get stopped out, sponsor right from, yeah, indeed. If I get stopped out, it is what it is. Just going to happen then. Then we'll just enter again. So somebody asked me to look at Woo for spot buys. Sorry to be a little bit all over the place, but you asked me, yeah, Timo, let's have a look. I am slowly getting back in my. I'm getting my mojo back, right? I can feel it in my bones. Anyways, you have these lows, just keeping it easy, right? You have these highs. This is the daily chart, and if you don't look at any indicators, and just look at these, the easiest indicator of them all, everybody knows it, the Fibonacci retracement indicator. So here is the halfway point, right? Here's the top, here's the bottom, and we are in the discount zone, and the actual optimal entry is here. So for Woo, yeah, the time to accumulate is now. And why am I so certain about it? Because you see this range from 2020, 10 May 2022 until 13 December 2023. It's been almost 600 days of accumulation. This is a range which was very, very tight. I think it might be like this, right? That's very tight. What happens in these tight ranges? So price, people buy it. These are the ranges in which people go crazy or they accumulate a lot, and most of retail goes crazy, and most of you and me, who's been through a few cycles, are accumulating like crazy. And then you see the additional move up or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to be one move. It could have been this too, and then the high could have been here. and then you take a little bit of profit, right? Because you want to invest again at a bit lower prices. And if you look at WU, for example, from the high till here, it's a 63% move. So the discount here is crazy. And how does retail work? How does the mind of a normal trader work? Now, of a retail investor work? They see this, they think, oh no, it's a dead coin, nothing is going to happen, crypto is dead forever. Then it starts to pump, and they see this, a new a high, like price went up 250%, and they're like, oh, I need to have it, I need to have it. So what happens? They start buying a lot, they buy, then price is down again, and here they are like, I don't know, they're thinking, oh shit, what should I do? I'm losing my money. This small move is 40% move, guys, 40%. So if they stayed in, they could have made a lot more money here. Then they cash out and think, oh yeah, this is gonna be it, and I got my money back. I earned a small little bit of cash here, which is, we're talking about a 20% move here. But you and me, what do we see? We see this is not the location to buy, right? You just made a X3. At an X3, you don't buy with all your money. Yeah, you DCA all the way, but you don't buy with all your money. You wait for a better moment. And where do you wait for? This is the premium, so here you buy more than the actual fair price, and here you buy less, so this is the discount. Yeah, sorry for the chart. This is a discount. So where should you start bidding? Actually, whenever you go past the level here, which is the halfway level, there you should start bidding. And okay, I have to be honest, I've just been bidding all the way around, all the way up, and I've been bidding all the way down because this move is nothing yet. We'll see $1, we'll see $2 for sure. That's not a real question. The question is, should we get in now? And most people say no, because the coin is dead again, because we're down so much percent, 60% and so much, blah blah. My friend lost money, this guy lost money, he lost money, they lost money, whatever. But what do we see? We see a coin which is retesting these levels, which are super important. I mean, these are not just important; they're super important. They've been in. The price has been in here for 2 years, 2 years of ranging, and now we're retesting the high of the 2-year range. So what do? You just hit the green button, and if you hit the green button at the golden pocket, which was somewhere here, or you hit the green button at the 7.5, or you hit the green button, I don't know. I don't think it will go lower, but you might get a wick. It's possible, I guess. It's possible. But I think chances are very low that you will get a lower price on WU. And not only on WU, probably the same for ARP. So somebody's asking something. If you right now invest 100 and it reaches $3, how much profit? Yeah, but you can also calculate that. Similar story for ARP. The only difference is that ARP isn't around that long. I don't know. I remember the saga with Arbitrum when I was in a bot in Mallorca 2 years or last year, and I was looking at my phone because I was trading a little bit, and I I noticed that the coin launched a little bit before, and then the founders sold like a lot of the coins, and it was like the biggest heist back then. I don't know if anybody of you was around, but very funny stuff. But this coin isn't around that long. However, it did make a nice move. And again, we are at deep levels, right? So what do you think will happen? Do you think people will buy here? No, they will say, oh no, the coin is dead. People will start buying whenever the all-time high is going to be breaking. Whenever going to break this all-time high, then they start buying again. So looking at this 886 level, it is perfect to scale into spot positions. And I don't know where it will go. Nobody knows where it will go, but I explained to you last time how we will see when we need to sell. We will sell once we see 2 times bearish divergence on the weekly chart. That's where we start to sell. And you're not going to sell everything at once. You're not going to sell. Mark sending. Okay, no worries. I'm recording. I don't know if people really watch my recordings, but I shit a lot. But I'm also trying to give you guys some good things than just charts, because people in the Discord are already giving you guys a lot of tricks. I want to give you a little bit of more, like, learn a little bit like why and how things go. I think that's also important than only trying to make money. So in the end, we're trying to make money, but yeah, there is more to it than just charts and up and down. But anyways, if you would take the extension, the Fibonacci extension, then ARP would only do like a 5x, which I think is way too low for a coin like this. If you think of why these coins are introduced, same as OP, same as all these other Ethereum coins, why are they introduced? Because Ethereum is where probably everything is built on, and I hope it will also become Polkadot, but probably Ethereum is where the next few years it will expand and crypto will become very widely used because of Ethereum. And Ethereum is very much unusable. Ethereum is very safe, but it, of course, to 10k. Ethereum is very safe, but it's not really usable, as most of you already know. Were you there with the hype of the NFTs with the Bored Ape Yacht Club boys? Well, I bought one at like a few €100 and I sold it for like 1,000, and I thought that was the best. And yeah, look at it now. But do you remember how much it cost to do a transaction? It was like hundreds of euros, and you should really be like, was impossible. So what is the next step? It's a chain that makes Ethereum usable. So which coins are making Ethereum usable? Ta-da! You're looking at it. So yeah, ARP, accumulate it on spot. Don't be shy, just buy, and don't hold back. I mean, these are really good prices, right? You might be very interested in buying shitcoins everywhere, just as me. I have a few of those Solana coins. I don't know if you guys remember, but I started with one Solana, and now I've passed like a $3,000 or $4,000 mark, which is, I don't know how many Solana, but it's going very good. Anyways, these are not things where you put in a lot of money. So these ARP is something which you put in a lot of money, and it might be like this, it might be like that, but eventually we'll get these prices, and you'll take a very nice profit. So ARP, yeah, grab some if you don't have some yet. And I'm going to go over the last spot coin. We can still chat a bit, but yeah, I think most of it has been said because most of the coins are looking the same. So not looking at scalps or anything. Oh yeah, you could actually look at scalps, but I think more of a little bit higher time frame. This is the same situation. Did something happen? Oh no, not here. Same situation actually. So we're not talking about scalping. We're not talking about any small gains or small profits or big profits with the scalp. It's possible, of course, if you have a big portfolio. But we're talking about more or less the bigger picture. And you see this kind of range. It's been going in there for a while. Okay, it got below, deviated. It broke through. It's retesting this level. It's such an important level. I cannot stress it too much. We are gearing up for the big legs up, and we were already very euphoric when we saw a level, a long. Are you big on vet? Not big, but I'm trying to accumulate more, which I've been doing since last week, I think. Yeah, fundamentally, I don't really like the coin that much because it's just shit. But if you look at the level here, the level is such a significant level. The wicks above here, these are weekly candles, right? So the weekly wicks above here, they show that price has been trying to get above it for a long time, and we got above, and we retest now this level. I mean, it's such an obvious level. We cannot neglect it, and it's only like the 50% level. Where is it? Here. So yeah, it's like the 50% level, so you're entering the discount. So it's, yeah, don't go all in, but FET is really at a good level. I think Woo and ARP were at better levels, but at least FET is also at a really, really sweet level here to buy a spot. FTM, just exactly the same story, sweet level. Lido, yeah, it probably will pump, but I don't like the coin that much. Oh, sorry, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, damn it, what happened? Which coins are still interesting? Just gonna go over a few things very quick. Dog, is it the one I have open? I think, yeah. I have it open now, but it's not on. It's on my bit. Is it here? No, it's not here. Jesus, what the hell is happening here? Yeah. Why is it not showing? Okay, I don't know. Let's just explain again. So, okay, sorry guys, I'm struggling a bit. I need to have the good old one. Yeah, okay, we're at the good one. So, dog, damn it, that's such an idiot. Yeah, so this is the chart we need to have. We're gonna put on our EMAs and our indicators again, and we're gonna go back to the lower time frame. So on the 4 hour, now let's go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, why did I enter the trades? Because you have clearly like a little bit of a range here. It's also the previous weekly range, which is mostly the ranges I use. I know a lot of people here use different ranges, but for me these are pretty key. And I think you all know by now, but I love my 200 EMA band here, and especially on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. And what happened here is we actually made a low below the previous week low. This is not, it was here, right? So we made a low below it, but more importantly, we actually made a low below this low here. And this is actually where all the liquidity was sitting from before. People probably had been longing here a lot, like me and you, and probably a lot of other people. Last few days, and here we clearly made that low. We get that big impulse. So what happened? I just longed it whenever I saw that small retest here. And what if you zoom in a little bit? If you go to the little bit lower time frame, that small retest is actually a retest of the 15-minute pivot. So these are like clear indications that we are making a switch in the structure or in the character of, or in the price movement, price action of this asset here. And if you look at it a little bit more in the 1 hour, we had a clean touch here. We're getting above these EMAs. It's normal that we test them again, and then the next move is back to the previous week high to get all the orders here. And that's why I try to long actually dog. I'm not gonna hold it until $1. Well, I know it will happen, but my long will just take me here, and at the previous week I'd probably take out a lot, and then we will see what the next step is. But it's pretty obvious that we need to long it here. It all started with the bullish diversions on the weekly, on the daily chart on Bitcoin, which we had here. Why is the chart not showing it? Is it maybe on the 4 hour? No, it's not on the 4 hour. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll send it in the chat again, but this is actually what I sent back then in the channel, and it's super obvious. So you have this. This is a little bit higher time frame, guys. So back here we were looking for an entry at the low time frame. Now why did we take that entry at a low time frame on dog? Because we see that Bitcoin has did the same thing and a little bit more higher time frame. So all those orders here, they're all gone because we swept through it. We tested here, and the next step is going for, not this, but at least going for these highs or this, which I've been drawing before some time ago. And I don't really remember when I put this here, but yeah, it's clear. It's. I think you all know it. We got these orders. We got liquidity. The next draw is up. The next step is up. The next money for exchange is to be made here. So can we take? I'm just going to show you with it. High block capital. I don't have an account anymore, so I don't know if I can see anything, but I probably can't. Can you see it on the indicators? Liquidation levels. I don't know what this is. Oh, this is something. Well, it is not as clean, but you see here are levels, and at these levels the money is made for the exchanges, for the bigger players, because they fill all the orders over there and they stop you out, they stop everybody out. And that's where they make millions, like really, that's how they work. We think they work or they make money by trading and by investing and by doing all of that. No, they work on the taker and the maker fees, and they work on stopping out people, filling orders, selling lower. It's a totally different world than what we think, and they want us to trade more, so they make more money. You should see how much commission people make. It's ridiculous. And these exchanges, they just give a small part. So if you have like 100 people on your referral link, you're fucking rich. Anyways, we're sidetracking again. Quick recap. What have we been looking at? Bitcoin, next step is up. I don't think down will be the case. Eventually we'll get there, but I think first we need to go higher again. What else do we see? VET is a spot buy. Which other coins we look? Woo is a spot buy. ARP is a spot buy. And I wanted to look at something else. Ah yeah, so Solana. How do you trade on-chain Solana? Any suggestions? There's a few options, right? So you have Ether. You have what's the other thing again? Well, where do I buy it always? I always buy it on that older one. Yeah, I'm not thinking about, not talking about Bonk, but Casper. You have Jupiter, and then you have shit. Yeah, I don't like these bots either, but they're not shit. They're easier for people to get into it. Okay, I'm just gonna Google it because I don't know the name anymore. Oh, wait. I have my Brave browser, in which it's in my favorites. Ah, Radium. Oh, Jesus Lord, what the hell? So, Radium. Yeah, but Casper, the other thing is that on Jup, or maybe not on Jup, not so much, but for example on Radium, you have to add a lot of slippage, otherwise your orders don't work. And if it's very popular coin, yeah, you just don't get in if you don't buy with a very big premium at that time. So yeah, it's probably two ways. Anyways, I'm going over time. What I wanted to say is these, and grab some coins that have a Solana swap or Solana exchange or whatever. Of course, what else you need to grab for the big moves now? We have in our spot portfolio very good coins. I know the challenge is down quite a lot, but I'm not really worried. What should you also have? PP, of course, PP, RNDR, the usual, right? Everybody knows them. Just grab them. They're the hype. Yeah, I think that's it here. You guys had a lot of time enjoying my beautiful charts. Near look good. Guru is already in, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much. Tau looks like it bottom. Let's have a look at Tau quickly. Tau is really good one, yeah. Oh yeah, it's hard to say, right? It's below where the first price was. This the very beginning. Okay, yeah. And maybe they're. Oh yeah, they just launched, I guess. Yeah. Well, it's doing a double bottom here. So ideally might go a little bit lower. And then buy here, Casper. Here. Right? Mm. Well, I think most of the coins are good buys at this moment. Check out Max. Ah, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's been here for a while. Oh, damn. Such a run, man. 50. Whew. Yeah, wow. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Oh, damn it, yeah. Lovely. It's not really, it didn't break the downtrend, huh? It's not that the other coins neither, but this one for sure not. So, yeah. Damn it, why do I press the wrong button all the time? This is the weekly. Let's remove all of that stuff. Oh, yeah, here. Yeah, well, lovely, right? But it's quite expensive, right? It already did such a move here. Why? It's an AI thing, right? It's an AI coin, huh? It's like the biggest game changer, or at least that's what I think it is.